Alrighty, we got one of the dreaded matchups. One of the two that I ban when I pick Skaven. I will ban Demons of Chaos and Warriors of Chaos. Entirely because Be'lakor can solo carry in this matchup, and I don't like it. And I don't like it. But I did end up in this matchup versus Cool Umbrella. And I was determined to play my Skaven no matter what. It had been banned against me all tournament. He didn't ban it, so I was going to take it, even if it was a bad matchup. In case of Be'lakor, I did bring the Teeth Breakers and a Howling Warpgale caster, but it's not Be'lakor, so, well, shit. I didn't take Flensing Rune, even though it's very, very strong, because Be'lakor normally has that 40% damage resistance he can throw down whenever you throw Flensing Rune on him, so you use a very expensive spell to do 40% less damage, and then Be'lakor can heal based off low leadership units, which Skaven have a shit ton of. So I needed to burst him down rather than grind him out. Now, of course, there is no Be'lakor, so that makes my spells and the Rattling Gunners suboptimal. For the rest of this Skaven build, we have a Warlord on a Brood Horror. I do like this pairing a lot. Warlord on a Brood Horror with 2 leadership abilities, so he won't rout, plus a -5 melee attack aura. Then we have a Packmaster that has another leadership ability for my Warlord, and a leadership ability for himself, plus both Brood Horrors have healing, plus running with the pack gives them even more healing. So it's all about having a little dueling armor-piercing Brood Horror combo, but mostly just making sure my leadership doesn't get Lord Sniped by Be'lakor. Give him as much leadership as possible to keep them in the fight, and then punish him. We mentioned the Warlock Engineer. He does have his Mortis Engine passive, plus the Howling Warpgale and Warp Lightning. Bunch of Poison Globes. It looks like 3 of them. We do have the Teeth Breakers, ROR, and 4 Rat Ogres, then a mix of Clan Rats and Skaven Slaves to fill out the build. On the other side, for the Warriors of Chaos, we have Hellstriders, Chaos Warhounds of Poison, Hellstriders, more Chaos Warhounds, and Hellstriders and more Chaos Warhounds. Their front line is Marauder, some with great weapons, some without. We do have Archaon the Everchosen with Burning Head and Spirit Leech, and then triple Chaos Spawn, including the Weird Spawn ROR. Hellstriders and Dogs are going to opt into a fight with my Rat Ogres and Spears. We're going to try to punish them with Globes. Does pretty good damage to Hellstriders. And now the Teeth Breakers, who had their Smoke Bombs popped, are going to turn and try and fire while Rat Ogres and Globes intercept more of the mobile elements of the Warriors of Chaos, who are going to need to retreat here pretty soon. And Dogs retreating through my Rattling Guns, disrupting some of their fire, but they're doing okay. They're hitting Rat Ogres too, but they're doing okay. Meanwhile, the front line, trying to punish them, trying to stagger them. Packmaster and the Warlord are just chilling, waiting for either Archaon to commit or for them to be needed somewhere. Rattling Guns gonna really punish those Hellstriders on the retreat, and they do shatter them, so that is one of those flanking pieces gone. Quick Burning Head does rout off my Skaven Slave, shatters them even, but it also does good damage to Marauders, so a little bit of a whoopsie there. Rattling Guns now trying to track Archaon through the muck and the mire. It's doing a little bit of damage, but not a ton. Again, their real target isn't actually here. Be'lakor isn't here, so they're just doing what they can to keep up the pressure. Warlock Engineer charges a little far out there. That's a mistake for myself, but I was busy focusing on this fight, where I do have some Rat Ogres and my my Packmaster and my Warlord. We're trying to blob them up to get these Globes to fire, but the Globes are taking forever to shoot. Even though everything that they're aiming at is well within range, they still keep walking, and that gets them intercepted by Dogs. I was very, very mad about that. Now, as of right now, all 3 of my Globes are compromised. We are pulling up Rat Ogres and Slaves to help save them. I do throw out my leadership buffs to try and keep these Rat Ogres in the fight, to try and keep everybody fighting, because these Dogs are getting whittled down. Maybe I can get my Poison Globes back and do some good. I've also been throwing out Howling Warpgales and such, and Warp Lightnings, but even though there's nothing to Howling Warpgale, I'm just throwing it out for the army-wide leadership and melee attack debuffs. Rattling Guns are going to point-blank shoot these Dogs, and like, enough! I need those Globes back! Fuck you and die! And fuck you and die, they do. Rat Ogres have secured 1 Poison Globe over here. The Rattling Gunners and these Clan Rat Spears have secured another Globe. The Globes are running over to try and support this fight, but it looks like Terror Routes are actually doing it for me, as the Chaos Warhounds are Terror Routed off, and the Hellstriders are just naturally running. Globes turn and fire at the Hellstriders, but they are going to be beset by Marauders. And a big Burning Head from my opponent will kill off yet more of my Clan Rats. Archaon's still trying to kill the Warlock Engineer. He is having foot character problems where he just can't seem to hit the little bastard, and there he gets a big hit on him. That'll probably rout him off. Poison Globes trying to turn and fire on these Chaos Spawn, but some of the spawns have gotten through. The Rat Ogres are now just saturating my front line. Hellstriders beset my Teeth Breakers, but Globes are able to peel them off while other Globes go and try and help those Rat Ogres. So we're currently up on the balance of power. My Warlock Engineer is being pushed off. The weird spawn do get onto my poison globes, and rattling guns are turning to fire into the chaos spawn. They're doing okay damage, but just not a ton. A lot of those bullets are going over their heads, which is unfortunate. Even though they're a tall unit, it still goes over their head. Fucking rattling guns. Just aim down. Just aim down. So many of your problems would be fixed. Anyway, unleashing pretty good salvos into those chaos spawn, all things considered. These globes are helping route everything, plus the Brood Horror and Packmaster, the Warlord and Packmaster combo is doing really good. Globes now need to run away. I leave the Teeth Breakers there. They are getting Spirit Leeched and they are beset, so I'm hoping that the Chaos Spawn are focusing on them and that my globes can maybe get away. We run over here, throw down a rally to keep everybody in the fight. I'm trying to bail out these Poison Globes, get the dogs out of here. More dogs are coming in from the trees. My Rat Ogres plus my Terror-causing Brood Horrors should be able to hold that off. Meanwhile, I retreat, so I have 2 globes left in the fight. Another one over here. So all 3 of our globes are once again back and ready for action. They're now throwing into the sides of these Chaos Spawn. Just trying to do damage. It does a little bit of friendly fire onto my Clan Rats, but the Clan Rats are going to lose that anyway. The Weird Spawn are done with all of my shit. They have already terror routed everything over there. They terror out some more globes, and Archaon and the Weird Spawn get back onto those globes. Meanwhile, Packmaster and Warlord have routed off the back line, trying to get us some secure place to go. Globe's going to throw at the Chaos Spawn yet again. There they go. Big shots. Those unbreakable bastards will keep fighting at the very end, so I need spears now. I'm going to duck behind my spears and be fine. Archaon and his dogs and the Weird Spawn chasing down all my globes. Meanwhile, Packmaster and the Warlord are trying to avoid getting caught in the middle of the Weird Spawn plus Archaon. They want to fight one, not the other. And right now they're both too close to each other. Last of the globes. Fire 1 shot into those Chaos Warhounds, but it won't be enough. These Chaos Spawn down to like 100 HP. 3 models, and with Archaon's rear charge, it will be enough to knock all my Rat Ogres out of place. Rest in peace. Skaven's still up on the balance of power. I am getting very, very nervous. We have some more globes rallying in the trees. I tell them to throw at those Chaos Spawn. They lose their attack orders. Now I tell them to throw at the dogs, and they move up way too close to the dogs. Now they get 1 globe off, and then they move up, lose their attack orders. Then I tell them to attack the dogs. Then they move up, and then I tell them just fuck it, run away. I need you to stay safe. Rat Ogres intercept the Weird Spawn. I'm going to have some Skaven Slaves and Clan Rats try to intercept these dogs and maybe save those other globes. Looks like we are down to just these 2 globes, though. No, 3. There's all 3 still technically on the map. So now, with the Weird Spawn being isolated from Archaon, I can take the fight with them with my 2 Brood Horrors, and I have globe support that'll just pour fire into here and do more damage to the Weird Spawn than my single entities. So now is a big moment in the game. I tell my globes to fire. The globes are plenty in range. The globes keep moving up. 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 Just stop and fire. Please, God, just stop and fire. Then they tear out. Then the globes keep moving up, and I'm like, please, just throw, man. Just throw. I send my Packmaster over here to terror out off the dogs, terror out them off the map, maybe get these globes back into the map. These globes finally did throw once. The thing about throwing again is my Packmaster has to throw out the Verminous Valor, knocks everybody away from him and runs away, gives himself a little bit of a leadership buff. The globes are going to rout with Archaon on top of them. God damn it, they just wouldn't throw. It was just it was an instance of ranged units being ranged units, and I couldn't fucking throw. In several different instances between these 2 globes, they just fucked up every opportunity to throw their globes. We have some Marauders back. I chucked Skaven Slaves at them just to keep them occupied for a little bit. We throw some Clan Rats with Spears into the Weird Spawn to get good damage while my Brood Horrors run off to terror out any support left for the Warriors of Chaos. Yeah, we're just trying to rally what forces we do have left. Trying to get my Rat Ogres next to the Packmaster that can heal them. That is a big thing. The Packmaster is also trying to heal these guys up real quick for a little bit. Archaon comes near, though, and that is going to rout us off. Now, I decided to take the fight with him. I could pop all my buffs and try and fight him before the Weird Spawn officially get here. I can even send my Clan Rats Spears past the fight to try and block the Weird Spawn for a little bit. So we get to 2v1 Archaon for just a hot second. I do pop Rally to try and keep everybody in the fight. Spirit Leech is whittling him down, though. Now my Warlord needs to run away, so he is going to start doing that. He's healing up on his Brood Horrors, healing up being next to the Packmaster. Packmaster's fighting. We're soon to terror out some Marauders. We're sending in more Skaven Slaves and Clan Rats. Ooh, actually, those are both just Clan Rats. God damn. We have Rat Ogres, too. I have them chill on the side for a second. Now they're going to get a charge in. I wonder, do I give them the... Yeah, Shock Collar. Gives them ITP and 16 leadership. That'll keep them in the fight for just a bit. We have 1 globe coming back from the distance. He's trying to throw at the Weird Spawn. Then I think he maybe... I tell him... I give him new orders to throw at the Marauders because the Marauders are getting way too close to him. I thought they would break by now, so instead I'm like, just fuck it. Throw at those Marauders real quick. Meanwhile, the Packmaster and Brood Horror are back to fighting Archaon. Verminous Valor's popped to keep this guy in the fight. Globes rout the Marauders. We have in the distance Clanrat Spears coming back, Skaven Slaves coming back, Clanrats coming back, everybody's coming back. Quick volley onto the weird spawn, does decent little damage there. Warlord takes some damage. He's running out of leadership, he's getting real low. Packmaster has no buffs left for him. Warlord also has no buffs left, but Archaon is taking a ton of damage. Poisonwind Globes still trying to fire at the weird spawn, still trying to take them out as they surround my little Packmaster, but we are killing off Archaon. Another big volley from the Globes, and a rally at the last second keeps my Warlord in it. We managed to rout Archaon. With Archaon routing, army losses is going to hit, maybe. Looks like it's close. Poisonwind Globes turn to defend themselves. There, they finally throw. I mean, they threw at the weird spawn, but I meant, like, last time I had them throw in a dire situation, they just let it happen. And the weird spot are lumbering after our Skaven, but we did it. The two Brood Boys outdealing Archaon and just healing through it all. Warlord, 1450 value. Warlock Engineer, not a lot. I brought the wrong spells for the army I was facing. I thought I was facing Be'lakor. Packmaster was a nice little support lord. Teeth Breakers, 1500 value. Rat Ogres, mixed, but overall they were just useful. Poisonwind Globes, two of them didn't... Well, that one paid for itself by 10. That one didn't pay for itself. This one did okay. But I think the Clanrats with Spears probably did well. They did okay. I would have thought better, but... I mean, we got it done. We got it done, didn't we? Archaon, 3,100 value. The Weird Spawn, 1,400. Other Chaos Spawn, not as much value, but they did push through the front line. Hellstriders, I shut down pretty heavily, but overall are still quite good. Dogs struggled a bit. Had some rough engagements. They mostly want to chase down stuff that's already routing, and there wasn't a lot of that for them before they were already dying. And my two terror-causing fast units that could just jump into whatever fight and tear it off the dogs was tough for them, so GG. It's kind of a unique-ish Skaven build, so thought you might enjoy that.
Roar! Subscribe, yes, yes.